3 weeks, 3 long weeks, and nothing had changed. The soil looked exactly the same. Dry, silent, empty. Arjun kicked the ground in frustration. How long does it take for something to grow? Every morning he checked the soil. Every evening he watered it carefully. But the garden never answered back. It just sat there, quiet and still. And silence can feel very loud when you're waiting for results. Before school, Arjun watered the patch like it was a promise. Like effort alone could force life to appear. He believed success should arrive quickly. After all, everything else in life did. He crouched down, staring closer than ever, looking for a crack, a hint, a tiny sign of hope. But the earth gave him nothing. Then he saw the photo. His friend Rohan's garden, already tall, green, and full of life. And suddenly, waiting felt heavier. Rohan smiled proudly beside his plants. Flowers already blooming. How did he grow so fast? Arjun whispered. And for the first time, doubt entered the garden. Arjun sat quietly beside the soil, watching the sky instead of the ground. Maybe the seeds were bad. Maybe he wasn't good at growing things. He threw a pebble into the dirt. The soil scattered. But nothing else moved. His patience was running out. The garden felt quiet, almost forgotten. And Arjun began to wonder if effort without results was just wasted time. Or maybe they're just busy. Arjun turned around. Mr. D'Souza stood behind him, smiling gently. The old gardener crouched beside the soil. His hands touched the earth like he understood its language. These seeds, he said softly, belong to a delayed harvest garden. Delayed harvest? Arjun asked. They don't look delayed. They look dead. Mr. D'Souza smiled knowingly. Some growth, he said, happens where we cannot see it. Beneath the surface, life was already moving. He drew 2 plants in the dirt. One small and quick. One slow and deep. Fast plants grow tall quickly, he explained. But their roots stay shallow. They look strong until the wind arrives. But slow plants grow differently. They spend weeks building strength underground. Strength nobody applauds. Strength nobody sees. Days passed. Still no sprouts. And hope began to feel heavy again. Arjun knelt down and dug into the soil. Maybe it was time to quit. Maybe this was never meant to grow. Giving up already? Mr. D'Souza sat quietly nearby, not judging, just watching. When you build a house, he asked, what takes the longest? The foundation, Arjun replied. And why? So it doesn't fall. The words stayed with him. Maybe the garden wasn't failing. Maybe it was preparing. That evening, Arjun watered the soil again. Not with frustration, but with faith. Days turned into more days. And for the first time, Arjun stopped checking every hour. He learned to walk away. Beneath the surface, roots stretched deeper, stronger, wider, unseen. One morning, everything changed. A tiny green sprout broke through the soil. Life had finally spoken. Arjun froze, then knelt down slowly. Finally. Soon another appeared. Then another. The silent garden had found its voice. Within days, the plants grew tall and strong. Their leaves darker than any he'd seen before. Flowers bloomed in colors brighter than sunset. The quiet garden had become extraordinary. Mr. D'Souza smiled beside him. These plants were never slow, he said. They were preparing. All those silent weeks. All that invisible work. None of it had been wasted. Then one evening, the wind came. Storm. Loud. Relentless. Nearby plants bent and collapsed. Quick success, meeting its first storm. But Arjun's garden barely moved. The roots held strong. The plants stood firm. And in that moment, Arjun finally understood. Growth isn't always visible, but it is always happening. As the sun set behind the blooming garden, Arjun smiled, because now he knew a secret most people never learn. Fast growth impresses the world, but slow growth builds something stronger. The moral of the story is, slow growth builds the strongest roots.
If you like this video, give us a thumbs up and subscribe. And share it with your friends.